Have you ever noticed how some people just disappear? Not dramatically, not loudly, just quietly fade away. One day they're there, replying, laughing, showing up. And then, nothing. No explanation, no announcement, just silence. At first you think they're just busy, then hours turn into days. Days turn into weeks. And you start to wonder, what happened? Did they lose interest or just lose energy? The truth is, it's rarely about you. Most people don't disappear because they don't care. They disappear because something inside them changes. Something heavy, something quiet, something they don't know how to explain. So instead of explaining, they withdraw. Instead of talking, they go silent. Not to hurt others, but to protect themselves. Because sometimes words feel exhausting and connection feels like pressure. A social energy isn't unlimited. For some people, it drains faster than it builds. Every conversation, every reply costs something, and eventually they run out. Not of care, but of capacity. So they step back, not because they want to disappear, but because they feel like they have to. It's not rejection, it's retreat. A quiet way of recharging. But from the outside, it feels confusing. It feels personal, like you did something wrong, like you weren't enough to keep them around. But that's not the reality. Their silence isn't always about others. Sometimes it's about survival, mental, emotional, even physical survival, because constantly showing up can feel overwhelming, especially when your mind never rests. Some people disappear when life gets heavy, when stress builds up quietly, when responsibilities pile up, when emotions become too much to carry. Instead of reaching out, they shut down. Not because they don't trust people, but because they don't trust their own energy. They don't want to show up half present, so they choose absence over inconsistency, silence over pretending. There's also fear hidden underneath. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of saying the wrong thing, fear of not being enough. So they avoid situations altogether because disappearing feels safer than failing socially. It's not confidence they lack, it's peace they're trying to protect. And sometimes distance gives them that peace. Even if it costs connection, over time, it becomes a pattern. Show up, then disappear. Reconnect, then vanish again. Not because they're careless, but because they're overwhelmed and stuck between wanting connection and needing solitude. They live in that tension, constantly balancing both, and often choosing distance. Some people disappear to think, to process everything internally. They don't always share what they feel. They analyze it, quietly, deeply, until it either makes sense or fades away. And during that time, they isolate, not out of hate, but out of habit. The world expects constant presence, quick replies, constant updates, endless interaction. But not everyone is built that way. Some people need space to function, space to breathe, space to exist without expectations. And disappearing becomes their way of creating that space, even if others don't understand it, even if it creates distance, even if it raises questions. So if someone disappears, don't rush to conclusions. Don't assume the worst. Don't take it personally. Sometimes they're just trying to find themselves again. Sometimes they're rebuilding energy you can't see. Sometimes they're fighting battles they don't talk about. And silence is the only way they know how to cope. Because not everyone expresses pain out loud. Some people disappear, and that silence tells a story too.